Apparently I was confused about what chapter I was reading last video, but I'm just starting chapter 11 now, even though that doesn't really matter to you guys. This chapter starts with Anastasia reading the contract that Christian gave her. The contract discusses their roles, how they're supposed to act towards each other, basically just tells her what her job is as a submissive. The submissive shall not look directly into the eyes of the dominant except when specifically instructed to do so. The submissive will not touch the dominant without his express permission to do so. The submissive shall not touch or pleasure herself sexually without permission from the dominant. So she's just kind of like, can I actually do this? My inner goddess is jumping up and down, clapping her hands like a 5-year-old. Please, let's do this. Otherwise, we'll end up alone with lots of cats and your classic novels to keep you company. I'd rather be alone with cats than caning and whipping. But that's just me. So she finishes looking over the contract and decides that she should go to sleep for the night. The next morning, she wakes up. Holy Moses, I've slept for a solid 9 hours. 9 hours really isn't that much. I could go for like 12. She wakes up to a delivery, and it's a new MacBook Pro that isn't out on the shelves yet or anything. And she has no idea how to use it because she's never touched a computer before, apparently. They've set up an email address for her, and she's pretty excited about that because I guess she's never had an email address before, even though now colleges set up an email address for you through the university without you even asking them to. So she emails Christian back and forth a little, and then she decides to read up about being submissive on Wikipedia. Chapter 12 starts with her getting up and going for a run, which is apparently really unusual for her. She gets back and decides to send Christian an email. Okay, I've seen enough. It was nice knowing you. Anna. I guess she meant it as a joke, but as we all know, Christian doesn't really like things like that. She spends the rest of the day packing and thinking like, oh my gosh, why hasn't he replied? Doesn't he know it's only a joke? Instead of replying to her email, he just shows up at her apartment. He's all offended and confused. He's basically there to remind her why she wanted to be with him in the first place. They start making out, and then he ties her to the bed. If you struggle, I'll tie your feet too. If you make a noise, Anastasia, I will gag you. Then he blindfolds her and leaves her there, tied up to her bed, while he goes and gets himself a drink. I hear the ice clink against the glass, and he puts it down again and leans down and kisses me, pouring a delicious, crisp liquid into my mouth as he does. It's white wine. He put ice in his wine? You'd think that Christian Grey would know that you're not supposed to do that. So he runs ice all over her body, and I guess it's supposed to be all sexy, and then he flips her over. He pushes both my knees up the bed so my behind is in the air, and he slaps me hard. Before I can react, he plunges inside of me. I cry out from the slap and from his sudden assault, and I come instantly, again and again. After their sexy times, he unties her and they go back to conversation like it never happened. He mentions the fact that he still is in touch with his former dominant, and Anastasia really doesn't like that. She's also annoyed that she's not allowed to talk to anyone about their relationship, but he is, so he offers that she's allowed to talk to one of his former submissives. Yeah, because she really wants to talk to one of your ex-girlfriends. He leaves, and she just breaks down and starts crying because she likes him so much, and their relationship can never be normal. Then her roommate walks in and sees her, and she's like, "What's wrong?" Anna basically says that Christian uses sex as a weapon. Fuck you into submission? She shakes her head disapprovingly. Catherine's like, I knew there was something weird about that guy. Catherine says that Anna's dad called, saying that Anna's stepdad is sick, so the stepdad and her mom won't make it to graduation, but her dad still will. After that, she sends Christian an email with all the list of the issues she has with the contract. I cannot commit to every weekend. I do have a life, or will have. Perhaps 3 out of 4? Genital clamps? You have got to be kidding me. She sends the email, and then Christian replies right away like, why aren't you asleep? She replies, well, I needed to look through this contract. And then he basically yells at her via email that she needs to sleep right now. So she does. And that's the end of that chapter.